What's going on YouTube? It's your boy CamATL. Shout out to the DFS squad. Shout out to everybody watching this video right now. Drop a like down below because I already know you're gonna love it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and make sure you comment anything in the comment section to enter your name into the $50 giveaway that I do every single week on this channel. Now I want to do something new and exciting for you guys. You know I love doing giveaways. I want to do something a little new, and this is only gonna require you to watch the entire video you're just gonna have to watch this entire video. I'll try to make it about 10-minute video, all right? You'll have to watch through the entire video while I go through this high five for Monday's slate for MLB, all right? Randomly in this video, I will drop a code word, okay? And when I tell you, I will announce, hey, this is the code word, here you go. Now, what you need to do is, and then I'll continue with the video, what you need to do is DM me on Twitter at @cam_ATL. DM me the code word that I tell you, and I will randomly be choosing somebody who DMs me that code word to get free access to greenlightdfs.com, regardless of whatever sport you want. DM me that the code that I give you, and I will give you free access to whatever you choose, NBA or MLB, okay? I will kind of want to do that just to kind of, show some love to the people who really ride and watch the entire videos and show love and stuff like that. Do not, by any means, comment the code word down in the comment section, because then you're just ruining it. You know what I'm saying? Keep it to yourself and DM me on Twitter at @cam_ATL. All right, capital A, capital T, capital L. There you go. CamATL on Twitter. DM me this code word when I hit you with it randomly in this video. I'll announce when, but it'll be, mixed in. I'm not going to tell you where it's going to be. You got to watch the video all the way through to get it. Here we go. Let's get straight into this high five. Now, starting off with pitching. First things first, we have a game in Coors, and I know the last 3 days I've struggled the last 3 days. You guys know I'm open about it. I've struggled the last 3 days because the smart play is to get exposure to Coors Field. Plain and simple, right? So day one in Coors, right? Smart play, tons of offense in Coors every time, damn near. Well, most of the time. First time, San Diego was the smart play. San Diego bats were in the better spot in the matchup, right? I went my San Diego bats, Colorado scored more, all right? And then we move on to the next day, all right? Once again, San Diego was the play. Went San Diego, failed once again. So the third day, finally, I said, you know what? I'm not doing it again. I went with Tampa Bay stack in Baltimore, hitter-friendly ballpark, going against the slate's worst pitcher, wind blowing out 14 miles per hour. Now, you guys know, come on. If you know DFS, you know that's beautiful. So I stacked up some good Tampa Bay bats, and all I pretty much got output out of was Brandon Lowe, who hit a home run. And then that just didn't work out. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, look, play it safe. Play it how you know it, do it. Play the smart version. That's what I do. Play the smart version that you're supposed to play. And if you don't win, then so be it. You played it smart and you played it the right way. I'm not going to sit here and provide like wild, stupid lineups. Like there's some providers out there who will just randomly stack like random teams in bad matchups just to be fucking crazy and different and pray to God that they hit when they'll lose 95% of the time and then maybe get lucky on one lineup that their people weren't even fucking around or played. You know what I'm saying? So for me, my people consistently play with me, and I like to consistently profit over the season. So I play smart. Now, let's go ahead and get straight into this. Now, starting off a pitcher, because we have a game in Coors, I'm going to go Frankie Montas, and then the other pitcher I'm going to go is Carlos Rodon. First reason why. Montas, as you remember, was actually, I believe he was over 10K early on in the season. This is a guy who's got some good strikeout stuff. He's struggled so far this year. He's got some good strikeout stuff. Now he's going against Seattle, a bad offense in a pitcher-friendly ballpark in Seattle. Frankie Montas is a solid option. He gets you a strikeout a solid strikeout pitcher, a solid pitcher, period, talent-wise, at only 7.2, which is great. On top of that, Oakland's like one of those GPP stacks that I like on this slate. I love targeting Oakland righties against Sheffield. So next up, Carlos Rodon. Carlos Rodon's going against a Milwaukee squad that just had Lorenzo Cain opt out. Yelich has been banged up. It's just a little beat down. Yelich is back, but it's just a little beat down, honestly. They've been one of the worst offenses in the entire league. I know they've only played 6 games due to COVID kind of shutting them down and not being able to play because of teams they played and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, they've still only had a 198 batting average. They're not doing too great, not too hot. And at the end of the day, I think that this is going to be a great spot for Rodon to get some good strikeout stuff. And at only 7K, once again, it gets you a good strikeout guy at super cheap. You know what I mean? So Rodon, I know he's struggled so far this year, but he is a decent strikeout pitcher. And at 7K, kind of gives you this range of guys with solid flourish potential in their matchups that can also get you the Coors bats, which are obviously going to be great. The problem is when we get to the pricing of these guys, it gets kind of ridiculous. Speaking of which, let's start at shortstop. Mauricio Dubon, 5'1". That is ridiculous. I don't care if they were in a little mini ballpark where little babies are hitting home runs out of it. I'm not playing Dubon at 5'1". It feels stupid. Okay? Mauricio Dubon is not a 5'1" player. You can't just raise his price $2,000 because he's in Coors. I get it. Coors is Coors, and that is the smart play to get exposure to it. But Dubon, could he do okay? Sure, but does it feel good playing Dubon at 5'1"? Hell no. So, speaking of that, I do have a guy that I like a little bit more due to price. 4'4", Brandon Crawford. He's got the lefty-righty matchup against Gonzalez. Chichi Gonzalez is definitely the side that I prefer to pick on. A lot of these San Francisco bats I do have some interest in as long as we can get a decent price on them. A lot of these guys aren't talented enough to be priced at a ridiculous amount, but you got certain guys that are playable for sure. Like Brandon Belt is another guy that's an option. He's 400 more than Crawford at first base. He's going to be a solid guy too, lefty-righty against Chichi. But Brandon Crawford is pretty much get you exposure to this Coors game at under 4.5. Brandon Crawford's a solid option. He's faced Chichi just a few times, but he's gotten a hit off both times. That doesn't mean much, but at the same time, hey, it's a decent sign. It's okay. It's a horrible sign, but either way, he's hit him good in the past in the very small sample size. Lefty-righty matchup, under 4.5 in Coors. Don't have to say much more. Now, to give you more roster flexibility, maybe go up at a pitcher or, get a hitter you want, I'm going to put a cheap guy I really love in here, Chad Pinder. Now, you guys know through the last few years, Pinder's one of those guys you can punt at bats when he's facing a lefty. He's normally going to be in this lineup facing a lefty, and he's a solid hitter versus lefties, plain and simple. At 2.9, righty-lefty matchup against Sheffield. Like I said, I really like Oakland. Oakland's probably my one of the stacks that I really like for GPPs especially. They're expensive too, some of them. But Chad Pinder gets you a super cheap price to one of these really high potential offenses. And it just feels really, really good to me. I know it's a pitcher-friendly ballpark, but I'm not too worried about it. Chad Pinder, lefty-righty, 2.9. Super cheap and gets you exposure. Like I said, the most important part of it, gets you a bat on a solid offense matchup, and also gives you the ability to maybe go up at a pitcher or maybe get a bat that you wanted to fit in. All right. Last but not least, every single time this dude faces a lefty, I play him. Hey, code word, by the way, is Dylan Bundy. Hit me up on Twitter at @Cam_ATL and give me the name Dylan Bundy and to enter for your chance in the free access of Greenlight DFS, seeing that I can't get that dude's fucking name out of my head for some reason. Anyways, let's move on. Now that you guys got that, let's move on. Now, Nelson Cruz facing a lefty. Holland is a guy who just... He's just, man, he was a gas can a few years ago. He's actually made some improvements. He's done a little bit better. At the end of the day, Nelson Cruz is at home. He's facing a lefty. I don't care who the lefty is. It doesn't matter. When Nelson Cruz faces a lefty, he's elite. And at 4.5, this dude obviously has double dunk potential. Fire up some Nelson Cruz, and you will not be angry about it. All right, Frankie Montas, Carlos Rodon, Chad Pinder, Brandon Crawford, and Nelson Cruz. When it comes to spending up at pitcher, I get DeGrom and Cole love, of course. Philly has been out for a little bit, so, DeGrom's getting a rusty Philly that hasn't really been able to play too much lately. And so he's a solid option. I think I lean him over DeGrom against Atlanta, solely because Atlanta is heating up as an offense in general. Their offense has been hitting the ball really, really well, seeing the ball really, really well. So it might not be the most fantastic. Yes, DeGrom will get his strikeouts, but this team might make a ton of contact through this game. Derek Cole would be my preferred route if you're spending up, but that's about it, really. So find the right pitching, get some exposure to Coors, obviously, and you'll be good to go. All right, now let's talk home run predictions because I know y'all have been waiting for that. All right, home run predictions for this slate today. Let's start it off with some New York bats because Aaron Judge, he's got to be put in. The dude's hit a home run in like, what, 6 straight days? It's 6 straight games. It's ridiculous. Aaron Judge is juiced up, and I'm playing him every single slate until he fails. No, honestly, I like his price has gone over 5K, but the dude's been mashing. Okay, he did that in spring training too. He had like 8 at bats, 6 home runs. It was ridiculous through spring training. But yeah, Aaron Judge is a great option against Arrieta, as well as Giancarlo Stanton is always an option. And then in Coors Field, Nolan Arenado is a guy that I have interest in. Trevor Story. And then on the other side for San Francisco, Mike Yastrzemski. I'm not sure exactly how to. Charlie Blackmon, David Dahl. Those are the main guys that I like in this game. And then I'll add Brandon Belt. Okay, so Arenado, Story, Yastrzemski, Blackmon, and Dahl. That gives you more Colorado side, so who knows? But hey, you got to kind of play with roster construction and see what prices of guys to see what the best, most efficient way is. And as the day goes on, we'll get it. And by the way, I will be having the live show about 2:30 p.m. Central on this channel. We're back to going live today because it's Monday. Come join me, and we'll talk about it and kind of get an updated look at this slate. And then Nelson Cruz. So that's it. We've got Aaron Judge, Giancarlo Stanton, Nolan Arenado, Trevor Story, Nelson Cruz, Yastrzemski, Blackmon, Dahl, and then Belt. That's 9 people that I am calling for a home run, okay? Not all 9 get a home run, but hey, maybe if we could get like 5 of them, that'd be great, all right? Anyways, thank you guys for joining me as always. Don't forget to send me that code that I told you guys earlier to my DM at Cam_ATL. If you like that way of doing giveaways, we can continue to do it. I don't care. I just want to try something different. And then let's go ahead and get this money. Greenlightdfs.com. Let's get it. I'm out.